let's just dive right in. The professional landscape has completely shifted, right? The old rules of climbing the corporate ladder, yeah, they really don't apply anymore. In 2026, the professionals who are landing the best roles, keeping the most money in their pockets, and securing the highest salaries are the ones who are essentially treating their careers like a highly optimized AI-powered business. And today, in this explainer, we're going to unpack the exact playbook they are using to do it.
$500,000. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. What's so staggering about this number is that it represents the average lost lifetime earnings for a professional who simply fails to negotiate their starting salary. $500,000. Just gone. And it's not because they weren't qualified, and it's definitely not because the company couldn't afford to pay them more. It's usually just because most people feel a bit too uncomfortable to have a brief 5-minute conversation.
So we really have to ask ourselves this critical question. The sources clearly show that hanging on to outdated workflows and having a fear of negotiation are costing us dearly in the 2026 job market. Whether you're paying for redundant software subscriptions out of your own pocket, letting applicant tracking systems automatically trash your resume, or leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars behind because of negotiation anxiety, the cost of not upgrading your approach right now is just astronomical. So here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First up, building your AI career toolkit. Second, beating the resume bots. Third, creating a LinkedIn recruiter magnet. And finally, negotiating your true value. Let's get to it.
Okay, Section 1, your AI Career Toolkit.
We are literally in a moment where the software landscape is changing faster than at any point in tech history. Stuff that used to cost an absolute premium is now highly accessible. Just look at these 7 AI alternatives from Rise with AI Hub. Together, they can save you a staggering $323 every single month. Claude steps in to replace a $49 a month writing assistant. ChatGPT handles the work of multiple research tools. Canvas AI completely eliminates the need for complex, expensive design software. You've got Notion AI consolidating your project management and notes. Otter.ai is doing real-time transcriptions. Google Gemini is totally free and acts like a premium research assistant, and Loom's AI features can replace really bulky video editing software. The crazy part? These aren't just cheaper alternatives. In a lot of cases, they're actually vastly more powerful. The crucial takeaway here is that by running these tools in parallel for a month and actually taking advantage of free trials, you can pocket nearly $3,000 a year, and you won't lose an ounce of productivity. The source material suggests a really brilliant transition strategy here. Don't just cancel everything all at once. Pick one tool, use its free version alongside your current software for a month just to build up your confidence. Document your new workflow and then make the switch. It's a completely risk-free transition that pays massive dividends.
Moving on to Section 2, beating the resume bots.
Look, every single day, millions of resumes are submitted and immediately trashed by bots before a human ever even glances at them. So let's fix that. To let ChatGPT do the heavy lifting for you, just follow these 4 steps. First, prompt it to generate a punchy professional summary that's tailored to the exact role you want. Second, feed it your basic responsibilities and have it spit out achievement-driven bullet points that kick off with strong action verbs. Third, ask it to cross-reference the actual job description to build a perfectly optimized skills list. And finally, use it to identify any remaining gaps between your current resume and your target job. You know the old saying, right? Garbage in, garbage out. Well, it absolutely applies here. ChatGPT is your writing partner, meaning whatever it gives you is only going to be as good as the detailed inputs you provide. If you just type, write a resume, it's going to sound super generic and robotic. But if you give it your specific metrics, like, hey, I increased sales by 35%, and paste in the exact job description you're targeting, it transforms into a masterful editor. It perfectly aligns your real-world experience with exactly what those applicant tracking systems are hunting for. But hey, before you hit submit, you really need to remember these golden rules to make sure your resume stays authentic and factual. ChatGPT is amazing at helping you present your experience brilliantly, but there's no way you should ever use it to invent experience you don't actually have. Employers do verify backgrounds. Always edit the output so it actually sounds like you, and manually double-check every single date and metric. All right, Section 3, the LinkedIn recruiter magnet. So your resume only really works when you're actively hitting apply, right? But LinkedIn, that works while you sleep. And the biggest catalyst for getting noticed? Having a simple, clear, professional photo. Profiles with a photo receive 21 times more views than those without one. 21 times. And you don't even need to hire a professional photographer. Just grab a smartphone camera, find some natural light, stand in front of a clean background, and you're good to go.
But having that visual anchor is the absolute non-negotiable first step to getting on a recruiter's radar.
Now, check out the difference here between blending in with a generic title and actually standing out by clearly stating your unique value. Most people just slap their current job title up there and call it a day. That is a huge wasted opportunity. By using this simple formula, your job title, followed by a key skill, followed by the specific value you provide, you instantly inject keywords into your profile that recruiters are actively searching for every single day. To become fully visible to the recruiters searching the platform, you've got to methodically flesh out these specific sections, making sure you hit the right keywords for your specific industry. Your About section needs a strong hook and a clear call to action. Your work experience shouldn't just be a copy-paste of your resume. Give it some personality. You absolutely must max out your skills section, use all 50 slots if you can, add every online certification you've earned, and use that featured section to show off your actual portfolio or best work. And to fully activate this recruiter magnet, the source recommends actually engaging with the platform. Turn on the Open to Work feature to signal your availability. You can even set it so only recruiters see that you're looking if you want to be discreet. Plus, the algorithm loves activity. Just posting once or twice a week or leaving thoughtful comments on industry posts is going to exponentially increase the number of times your newly optimized profile pops up in search results. Which brings us to our final section, number 4, negotiating your true value. Okay, this is exactly where we reclaim that $500,000 we talked about at the very beginning. The absolute most crucial step to overcoming the fear of rejection is grounding your request in hard data. You can't negotiate effectively based on what you feel you need. You have to negotiate based on what the market dictates. Gather your data from LinkedIn Salary Insights or Glassdoor. You can even literally ask ChatGPT to give you the typical salary range for your specific role and city in 2026. Then, use ChatGPT to role-play the actual negotiation before you ever step foot in the room. When you're dealing with a new job offer, you can use a script exactly like this. And here is the real secret. After you deliver this line, stop talking. Let the awkward silence do the heavy lifting. I know it's tough, but it is incredibly powerful. Most people get nervous and immediately fill that silence, effectively negotiating against themselves. State your research range, ask the question, and wait. Make them respond first. Now, what if they push back? If they say the base salary is totally fixed, this brilliant pivot script lets you negotiate the monetary value of your entire compensation package. Base salary is just one lever you can pull. If they literally cannot move the budget, simply shift the conversation over to signing bonuses, extra vacation days, or maybe an accelerated performance review. Having this in your back pocket ensures you never walk away empty-handed. And hey, if you're currently employed and looking for a raise, this script frames the conversation perfectly. It focuses on specific, quantifiable achievements you've recently delivered. Don't just ambush your boss on the hallway. Schedule a dedicated meeting, list out 2 or 3 specific wins with actual hard numbers, and calmly present your researched market rate. You are simply demonstrating the return on investment you are providing to the company. Look, they're probably going to push back, and that's totally normal. Just remember that an objection is not the end of the conversation. It's honestly just a prompt to solve a puzzle together. If they say your number is above budget, kindly ask what the maximum actually is. If they cite a lack of experience, calmly pivot right back to the specific high-impact results you've already achieved. You're on the same team, collaboratively solving a puzzle. As we wrap up this playbook, keep these golden rules in mind. Negotiation isn't about being aggressive at all. It's just about having a warm, professional conversation about fair market value. Always negotiate. The worst they can possibly say is no. Try your best to let them anchor the first number. Always get the final agreement in writing before you accept. And above all, remain collaborative and appreciative. You are just aligning your compensation with the immense value you bring to the table. So, putting it all together by combining these AI tools, setting up an optimized profile, and using these proven scripts, you literally hold the playbook to upgrade your entire professional life. The only question left is, are you going to let another $500,000 slip away, or will you take action and claim your true value today? Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.